Hey there, Nicole Havlicek here from PrimeTime Pickleball, and today we're going to talk about how to train up your returns on the Slinger Bag. Whether you're a beginner or beyond, this is how you're going to do it. This player here happens to be more of a beginner, so let's jump into it. All right, so we're going to start off with the settings and the positioning of the bag. So here you can see I have the bag behind the baseline, near the sideline, but I'd say it's about a third of the way into the center line or so. I mean, it could be a little left, little right, no big deal. But basically you want to place it where roughly where a player would be serving from. As far as the incline setting, you're going to have it at the max, so it's just like all the way up. Then we're going to use actually two settings. We're going to start with this one and then move to this one. You'll see why here shortly, but essentially you can see that the speed's the same, no spin on either. The only thing that changes is the feed frequency. This setting has the ball coming out at a faster clip and this is at a slower clip. Because on this setting we're going to be stationary, so just hitting like backhand and forehands without following in the return. On this one we're going to work on moving through and following the return in, so you need more time to backpedal into position, which is why you need more time between feeds to do that on this one. All right, but we'll show you all of that. So let's jump into it here. So you can start on either side, but here we're starting on the even side and I have her hitting forehands. You can get a better sense of where the machine is placed. So here's, the center of the court. So yeah, it's about, on this angle, I guess it looks about halfway. But anywhere from like a third of the way towards the center line to halfway is gonna work well. You want to take the ball to work on taking it to all locations, so down the line, middle, and also cross court. Here she's predominantly hitting down the line. I like that depth. The depth is key. That one's maybe a little bit short, but still workable. That one's quite good. Basically, the depth is key. Speed is of less importance. Make sure you're getting them deep. It doesn't really matter that much if it's hard. Hard's nice, but it's not a necessity. Okay, let's take a look at these from the side view to get a look at her footwork. A little bit flat-footed. We'd like to see a little more bounce in the step. There's a little bounce. Could get a little more shoulder turn, but overall not bad. Good, I like that extension through the shot. She's getting a pretty good contact in front. And yeah, this is good. She's getting the back foot set, stepping in. So it's a really good start, and as you practice this, your shot's going to get smoother, more accurate, and then focus on getting looser and trying to hit it harder if you can. But this is a really good start. I like the technique. Like I said, maybe like a little more shoulder turn, but there is a shoulder turn, which is good. So this is a really good starting point. Okay, let's take a look at, I think these are backhands now. All right, so we haven't moved the machine. She really just slid over here. That's a really quick and easy way to do it. You don't have to come over and, spin the machine this way, spin the machine that way. Just step over and work the shot. It's coming more middle, so she could step out of this way to hit forehand, step out this way to get it more to backhand. But you do have to create space between you and the ball so that you can have room to strike. That's one of the keys when the ball's coming more towards you. Get out of the way to one side or the other, create some space so that you can swing away. That's a big skill in pickleball that a lot of people don't actually realize. I like her getting really nice clearance, which means good depth. Remember, not going for hard. That one's short. We don't like that. We want to really go for depth. And again, you're going to go line, center, and cross court. She did two really good deep ones there like that. Okay, let's move it along. I think we're going to look at the side view here on these same backhands. Let's take a look. Good, I like the footwork. She gets the back foot planted and steps in. Very nice, good rotation in the swing. I'd like a little more, I don't want her to open up the body with the swing. I'd like the arm to go, let that arm go a little bit. It's a little bit too connected, so the rotation of the body and the arm are too connected. I'd like the hips to go first and then let that arm swing out, but it's a really good start. Lots to work with. I like how she gets through the ball, and again, she's sending it up because we want nice, deep returns, not as focused on power, but we can build into power as we go and get better. Okay, now we're headed to the return portion. So that's like the base of your returning, is being able to hit forehands and backhands without moving in. That's step one. Are you good at accuracy on that? Are you getting your footwork right? Is your stroke pretty good? Once you have some good forehands and backhands down in a more static fashion, we're gonna get to what would simulate more of a return. You're gonna wanna strike it and follow it in and get up to that non-volley zone line. Meet your partner, who should already be up there, so that you can probably get in a dink exchange and start attacking when you get those high balls. You want to be getting up to that non-volley zone line. Return and run is good because you want to be that first team that captures the net. The returning team has the first opportunity to capture the net because of the 2 bounce rule. If you're not sure what that is, Google 2 bounce rule, pickleball. It'll be very clear to you shortly. Basically, the gist of it is that the returning team can come in right away because they can then volley on their next shot, whereas the serving team cannot because they have to stay back. So you want to work on hitting the return and moving through it as you hit it. So let's take a look here. Good, good, good. She's not striking and staying in statically and then running. She's stepping in and then running with that right foot. So notice how she steps in with the left foot, and then this right foot's going to come around and she continues to run. That's how you want to do it. All right, next we're going to look at the backhand side for that very same footwork. And I want to point out that we put the cone here. It was there on the backhand side as well, to just give you a marker that you want to run through that. Don't stop too short because it's not really a good simulation. It's a little bit more running and a little bit more backpedaling, but hey, you can get a workout in while you're working these skills. So we place this cone out here. You don't need it. You just know that you should get, at least a third of the way up before you start decelerating your feet and then backing up to get set for that next return. All right, let's take a look at these backhands. Good, I like that footwork again. Notice how she plants that foot, steps in, and then brings that foot around to continue her run forward. So she's covering ground in both cases as she hits, okay? So you get a smooth transition, you cover some ground so you don't get stuck here by the time they're hitting that next shot. You can really get in a little bit closer because you cover ground as you're hitting. Now let's take a look, that was the even side. Let's take a look on the odd side. You start with your ground strokes in static position. Make sure you're good at that. You get nice depth. Good, really good. Here's some forehands. Really getting good depth on these. Okay, so you get your forehands and backhands down, then you can move on to the returning portion. So step in and move up. It's a different skill, so you definitely need to train it. If you don't train moving through it, it's gonna be elusive to you when you wanna do it. So be sure to simulate as best you can what you're gonna be doing in a game situation. So here we go again. These are just cycling back through get those backhands down from a static position, get the forehands down from a static position. And then once you're strong at that with your depth and your accuracy of being able to take it anywhere you want, line, middle, or cross court, then you can move on to returning and work those same targets. Again, making sure you're getting it deep. Height is fine because they cannot volley it at this stage because of the 2 bounce rule again. So don't be shy with your height, just really get it deep. And actually the height's good, it gives you some time to get to the non-volley zone line. Nice, I really like that depth. She's getting good depth. She definitely improved as the session went on. All right, so that's how you're gonna wanna train those returns. Remember, you're going to change the setting of the feed frequency between the static returns and the running in returns. All you're gonna do is decrease the frequency, so make it longer between balls that come out for the ones we're going to follow it in. That's the only change you have to make. Otherwise the settings are the same, and we had the location of the bag here and then about here. We can, it can be somewhere in this range, somewhere at this range, feeding cross court, simulating a serve. All right, that's how you're gonna get those returns in, and I can already see she's well on her way to improving, just like you will be once you bust out your Slinger Bag and get to rocking your skills, working on all the skills, including the return. If you want more information about the Slinger Bag, definitely check out the description. I have a playlist of drills, as well as probably a discount code down there on getting the machine. If you'd like to grab one, it's a really great machine. I use it all the time. All right, get out there, up those skills, and have fun on the courts. Hopefully we'll see you out there.